Hey y'all, it's Joanna, and I love to DIY on a budget and make beautiful home decor. And if you like to sew, then catch me on Saturdays. Now, let's get crafty. Y'all, it is just our imagination, collaboration. I am so excited. Look at me in the middle. I feel like a celebrity between these two wonderful, talented crafters. And I am so excited to be the guest host. You have no idea what this means to me. The host is Kathy Jo from Kathy Jo DIY and her best friend Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY. Y'all, they're all mad at me because of what I chose, which was toilet paper. So in this challenge, we have items that we have to craft with, and this is so fun. But I chose toilet paper because I could do a whole video on toilet paper. But anyway, I know that these ladies can do this. I have the utmost confidence in their creativity, and make sure you check out the entire playlist. They're awesome, awesome DIYers. I cannot wait to see what they make. So our guidelines is we have to use toilet paper clean, okay? A mop head, thanks to Brenda, and pill bottles, thanks to Kathy Jo. Now let me stop blabbing and let's get to crafting. Okay, so for the first one is the mop head, okay? I'm going to use the mop head and get it out of the way. This one was a little bit lengthy, so yeah. I have to go very fast because I have a lot in this video, and we're on a time crunch, okay? So it was taking me forever to get this thing apart before I realized you can just snatch them suckers right on out of there. I thought, you crazy lady. So I start pulling my mop out, okay? Just pulling my mop out. I didn't even need this whole mop, just to tell you. So then I was trying to figure out what to do with that thing. And I said, put that away. You got work to do. So this is a sign that I got from Dollar Tree a long time ago. And the back comes out. So that's a plus. So I'm going to pop the back out. And then I pop this off to be surprised there's another perfect one down under there. But I'm peeling glue off. I'm so distracted. My ADHD is crazy. So I got this sign, and I'm going to take the sticker off. And I'm not going to paint that front. I'm going to get some brown craft paper, and I'm going to put my sign down, and I'm going to trace around this, and then I'm going to cut around this. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to cut around it. You can trace around it and cut it with scissors if you want to. I just cut around with my X-Acto knife. It wasn't perfect neither, I'll just tell you. So then I'm going to take my school glue, Elmer's school glue, and I'm going to just go to town on this sign. I'm just gluing this sign right on up. Make sure you get to the edges, okay? Because you want it to really stick on the edges. So once I get my sign glued up, I'm going to set my paper down there, and then I'm going to use a little roller, and I'm going to roll my paper on. Yep. That's what I'm going to do. I'm trying to hurry, and here I am. I'm talking faster than the video's going. Pat, pat, pat. Yep, sure did. Okay. So now I'm trimming that edge off, because if I don't, it's going to bug the fire out of me. Y'all know what I'm saying? I just can't handle that edge. So yeah, so I trimmed that edge off. That way it don't bug me later. This board was warping. So anyway, I'm going to take my plaster chalk paint, and I gave it a coat of paint, and then I'm going to take fabric tack glue, and I'm going to glue the board, but not the outside edges, just the inside, okay? And then when I get that on there, I'm going to take a little bit of hot glue, and I'm going to start at the top, and I'm going to put my burlap down. Now, you might want to use something because it'll burn your hands. You know, burlap has holes in it. So I'm going to put my burlap down. Yep, right there I got some because I burnt myself. And then I'm going to take my good old scissors, and I'm going to trim around my burlap. So then once I got it trimmed, I'm going to take Waverly wax, and I'm going to take a dry paper towel piece, and I'm going to brush it all over my gray frame. Now, I like the gray frame. I really did. And the wood texture in it was awesome. But look at that. It is beautiful. Just a couple coats of Waverly wax, and then I seal it with matte Mod Podge. Good Lord. This is a mop. and I'm just going to put it in a circle, and I'm going to go around, and I'm gluing and pushing down, pushing in, pushing down, pushing in, pushing down. When I get to the end of this one, I am going to tack that end down. I'll leave it in so you can see how I do it. I use my glue gun, okay? And then I squirt glue out and just start tapping that down, and it holds it down without me having to touch it pretty much. So then I'm just going to butt them up against each other, smush them down real good, and I'm going to go till I get this big circle like this, and it's pretty much even Steven. I wish I had brought it down some, but I did not, so we're just going to roll with it. So now I'm going to, yeah, you know what I'm making, snowman. So I put this on my glass, and it'll peel up from the glass, but this stuff is like, I don't know, like cotton balls, okay? Just like cotton balls. So it would fall apart. So I scraped it up because I realized it's not moving, and I ended up doing this, and it burnt me. So I got a silicone mat. It's a glue mat that I got from Dollar Tree. So I used 4 on the big one, and I'm going to use 3 on the little one, okay? And that will be his head. So there's 4 on the butt and 3 on the head. So now I've got that on there, and it didn't take all the one. So I'm going to glue right there, and I'm going to push it down into the bottom one, and then I'm going to lift the head up and start gluing that down. This held really, really well. It's so stinking cute, I'm telling you. So then what I do, oh, it was chipping. So that's when I put the Mod Podge over it just to seal it. Now I'm going to take this Distressing ink. It's Vintage Photo, and I put too much on. This looks like one of the snowmen that my kids built down in when it got muddy outside. But anyway, I fix it. So I put the Vintage Photo Distressing ink on the burlap too, because it was a little bit light. So I'm trying to wipe it off. That did not work. I'll tell you, I took white paint, and I took a distressing brush from Dollar Tree, those little ones, and I put it on that. I put white on it, and I pounced it down into the fibers of that snowman, and made it white again. So I took the hanger off the back. I know I'm going fast. I'm so sorry. I have a domino in my craft stash, and then a gagging stick is what I call them. Stupid doctor sticks that they poke down your throat. And I'm going to take and glue, hot glue, wood glue, hot glue, and glue that on. Yep, that's my hat. And I'm not going to leave it that color, although I thought it was pretty cool. But I'm going to stain it with black stain that I made. It's black paint, burnt umber, and water. And I love this stain. Plus, it's not waxy. You can glue it, but I'm not painting the back. But that was a domino from the Wooden Dominoes game. You can use one of those giant craft sticks too. But this is just, I had them and I got it out. So yeah, so that's what I'm using. So I kind of like the rounded edges on it too. So I had to get a little brush to paint in the cracks because that paper towel wouldn't get down in those cracks. So they have these little pieces at Hobby Lobby, and it's to build your own snowman. I didn't like the nose, but I am going to use the beaded eyes. I have a nose that I made from corrugated cardboard and just painted it orange, and then I'm going to glue his 2 little beady eyes on that are so stinking cute. These are the beads. Now, I do have little tiny black pom-poms that I also got from Hobby Lobby, and I use those as eyes as well. But I already opened this to look at it. So this is some scrap fabric that I had from making that tree. If you watched that video where I made that tree, this is a piece of fabric I had laying there, and then I needed a mouth, so I took a piece of jute, and I took a fat marker and painted it black, and I'm going to tack it down on there. Y'all, my videos are never this fast. I don't even know about my life. But, anyway, ain't he cute? Look at it. And then I just touched up the ends of it, and then this is the wrong pink. Get a lighter pink. This stuff's like fuchsia or fluorescent pink. It was so gaudy and ugly. But anyway, I took Distressing ink, and I'm trying to darken them down. I should have took white and pounced in it, and it would have looked better. But I'm going to take this piece of string. I'm going to glue it on the back. You saw the domino there. And then I'm going to cut it off, and that's going to be his little hat band. And I'm going to glue that bad boy right there, like that right there, a little crooked, like that. Ain't he cute? And then I'm going to take the rest of it, and I thought I could just make a V or whatever. I had to cut it off because it was too long, but I'm actually going to tie a knot in this thing. And then I'm going to glue that knot down inside his neck down there. And it just tucks right down in there, and it's so cute. Oh, this thing is so cute. Y'all just have to tell me which one I think is my favorite. Okay, so these are flower stems. I save them. I have a whole bunch in a tub. And these make awesome snowman arms. So you just cut the extra stalks or stems or whatever you call it off. And then you have the hand piece. And then you cut it down to make it fit. And I'm just going to glue them, pushing them down in that mop. And then I'll tack it to the wood frame there. I'll tack him down to the wood frame. And I'm just going to take white and I'm going to put snow on his hat because it looked better. And snow on his little arms. And I had snow on his nose. And I had 3 buttons laying there that I was going to put on his belly. But I didn't like the buttons. I don't know. I don't know. It just wasn't setting with me very well. So I have this tree. I always get these at Hobby Lobby. I love them. They're very good for small little sprigs to cut off. So I glued it down, and these little pine cones with the berries I got at Hobby Lobby as well. So I'm going to glue down some pine cones and some berries and just get those all white too and snowy. So I took the buttons off and I got 3 rusty bells. My rust fell out. So I got 3 rusty bells, and I'm just going to pop them down on there like that right there. And then I am going to put another sprig on his scarf. Okay, so now I was determined to use a button, but I'm going to put another rusted bell because I just didn't think the button looked right. So I'm going to put a rusted bell there, and I ain't add no berries or anything like that. Just putting the little sprig and the bell. And then I've got these paper tags, and they're stickers. I got them from Dollar Tree. It's been a while. They've been in my stash. And I'm going to stick it to this burlap, but it didn't stick, so I have to hot glue it. And then I'm going to cut around the tag, not specific. Just, you see, I'm just whacking around that thing. And I'm going to write with a permanent Sharpie marker, "Warm Winter Blessings." I'm just using my own handwriting and writing it on. And then I'm going to glue it to the corner and add a rusty pin, safety pin. And then that's that. And then what I do next. Oh, Lord. This was terrible. This was a bad idea. I thought I'm going to use this mop. So I put it down in the bottom, and it didn't look right. It didn't look right. Look at it. I'm not even going to show you. It didn't look right. So I used something else. You ain't going to believe what I used. Yep, you guessed it. Moss. I know I said I wasn't going to use moss in the winter, but I couldn't help it. I guess I am the moss lady. I had to cover up my mess. Look at my hair. My goodness, I am a mess. I don't even know if I brushed my hair that day. I don't even know. I wasn't planning on being in the camera. But anyway, I'm going to take paint and I'm going to daub it down in that moss because we're going to have snow-covered moss. And then I'm going to add 2 pine cones in the corner, and I'll probably put snow on them too. I don't know. But anyways, I trimmed it up, and then I am going to turn it over. And I'm going to put the hook, I just nailed it back in the back there to hang it up. So there it is. It's so cute, ain't it? So for the pill bottle one that's next, I'm going to fill my pill bottle with sand. And then I am going to put the cap back on it. Then I'm going to take the mop, okay, because it was there and I'm going to use it. So I'm going to take the mop and I'm going to glue it to the bottom there, and I'm going to start running it around. Now, once you get the initial start on this, you don't have to glue it anymore. You can just run it around, and then where the mop ends, you glue another one to it, just like I did on the snowman before. And then once you do that, you can start rolling and then tack that end down and then add to it and go all the way to the top, making sure that, you know, I'm going to push down all that. I don't want none of the bottle showing, okay? So I'm going to be pushing it down so that it doesn't show. Then I have this blue cap that I crocheted in my spare time, and I'm going to glue it to the top. I have a pom-pom ball, snowball, as Dollar Tree calls them, and it's from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to glue it to the top of his hat. And then I'm going to take this little scarf and tie it around him, and I didn't tie it in a knot, I just lapped it over, and I'm going to glue it, and then I'll tack it in the back to make sure it stays. Then I'm going to add these little black pom-poms. I get these from Hobby Lobby. And I'm going to glue them on, give them two little beady eyes, crooked eyes. And I was going to use this as a nose, but I didn't. I ended up using one of my little styrofoam noses that I make. And I'm not styrofoam noses. These are clay noses. I make clay noses. It's foam clay is what it is. So I'm going to use one of my foam clay noses. And just pop that right on there. And then I'm going to take this black string. I found it in my stash. I forgot I had it. And I'm going to use that for the mouth and just tack that down. And then I'm going to take two little pieces of the string. And I'm going to give him some eyebrows. I'm going to give him the right color pink cheeks. This is the right color that you're supposed to use. And, what am I doing? Yeah. Give him his cheeks. It's goofy. So I'm going to give him his cheeks right there. And then I have... Oh, I'm putting his eyebrows on, see? Now I'm going to take these snowflakes that I had in my stash. I had some blue ones. I know they're kind of shiny, but it'll work. And I'm going to put two on him for, like, you know, buttons or whatever. Then I grabbed a snowflake and I am going to, it was shiny, so I painted it white. And I'm going to glue that right to his scarf. Then I thought his hat was plain. So, I'm going to take a piece of that mop. And I'm going to tack it on the back right there. Wrap it around. Tack it in places. Just to put it on his hat. Just to give him something on that plain old hat right there. And I thought it was so cute. So, that one's done. Now, I did another pill bottle because... if you don't have a crocheted hat. I thought about it when I was actually doing it and thought, well, what if they don't have a crocheted hat? You can use a sock. You can use whatever if you choose to make a pill bottle snowman. That's up to you. But I have another little pill bottle, and this is strictly stuff from the Dollar Tree. So I'm going to take one of these microfiber washcloths, and I'm going to trim all this junk off of it. And I'm going to take and leave my cap off. I'll leave my cap off. So this Dollar Tree hat, all this is from Dollar Tree, pretty much. The Dollar Tree rag, the Dollar Tree hat, and the Dollar Tree bows. And then I'm just going to glue it, wrap it around, and then glue it to it again. And that is, that's my snowman body. And then I'll tuck that down in it and glue it down in there so to give me something for my hat to stick to. And then I'll cut the bottom off. And then I'm going to fill it with sand. Well, not fill it, but I put sand in it because, you know, they're lightweight bottles and they'll fall over. So then I'm going to take my hat and I'm just going to glue my wonky little hat on here. And then I am going to, I put the hat in the back. That was good. Tack the bottom down. But I don't want it on the bottom so it don't stand up. And then I'm going to take this bow and I'm going to cut the tails off. And that's going to be his bow tie. So now I have to put little eyes on it. So I'm using my little felt dots. I'm going to put his eyes on. And then I took another felt thing and put on there. And this thing looks like, when I looked at that right there, it reminds me of something from ZZ Top. I don't know what the world come through my mind. But I put a little crooked smile on with string. And then I gave him eyebrows too and his little pink cheeks. And then I had... put his bow back on, and then I had 3 little buttons. There's his eyebrows, and I changed his nose out because I didn't like the other one. And then I'm gonna use my tweezers and put these teeny tiny little buttons on. I think I only used 2, yeah, and there he is. And there that one is. They're cute. Okay, now, the toilet paper. Okay, so this is so easy. So I'm taking the toilet paper that I got from the Dollar Tree, and I'm going to take 1 roll, and I'm going to take a couple sheets off. Well, actually, these sheets were too small, okay? They come up a little small. Actually, they would have worked. So I used my own toilet paper, which was bigger. And this is a Jot label, mailing label from the Dollar Tree, and I'm just peeled the backing off, and I'm sticking my 2 sheets of toilet paper on there, and I'm going to trim it up. I'm going to run this through my printer, y'all. And it had some on the side sticky, and I didn't want it to get stuck in the printer, so I just dabbed it with toilet paper and then rubbed it off. This is a 4x6. You print it 4x6. So I went on and got a free image from Google, and I resized it and put it through my printer. and the way my printer settings are, and there it is. So when you peel it off the backing, you automatically get your one layer that you should get. And there it is. So I sprayed it very heavily with hairspray and dried it. And then I have this little mini cutting board. I always get these from Hobby Lobby. And I took that thing out and I put Mod Podge. Well, I painted it with paint. And this didn't work. Well, yeah, it did. I put water on it and I'm going to rip it around the edges. And I'm just going to take and pull my paper off here. And when I get that off, I'm going to take Mod Podge very thin layer. And I'm going to start at the top and I'm going to stick its head down. If it's sticking over, we'll sand it off. No big deal. So I'm going to take a sponge and I'm going to tap it down. And that just keeps it from ripping. I don't have, what is that stuff? Plastic wrap or anything like that. So my sponge is usually what I grab anyway. So I'm just going to lay my Mod Podge down and then lay my napkin down and then tap it down. My finger actually did okay. But if you're not careful, you will rip your toilet paper. It's just like tissue paper or, you know, napkin or anything else. And then I dried it with my heat gun and I'm sanding off any, you know, paper that's on the edges and any white paint that I got on there when I painted it. And it was Waverly plaster that I painted it with, chalk paint. So now I'm just going to take Mod Podge and I'm carefully going to go around the edges first just to make sure I seal those edges down real good. And then I'll take a fan brush. It's a very soft fan brush. And I'm just going to lightly put a coat of matte Mod Podge over this to protect it. And there it is. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. So I wanted to make it look more like a cutting board. So I'm going to take my Distressed Oxide and Vintage Photo, of course. It's my favorite. And I'm going to rub it all over it. Any white part, I'm going to rub it on there. And it makes it look like an old cutting board. And it blends in the edges pretty good and everything. So yeah, so this is my way of getting it blended in and looking more like a cutting board, which, you know, the color, the brown color. So this was so easy, so much fun. So then I'm going to take some greenery from a pick that I got at Walmart last year, and I'm just cutting off little bitty sprigs of this, and I'm going to glue them down, but I didn't feel confident because it's a bamboo board and glue pops off of the bamboo boards, and you know, that I've had. So I'm going to take and I'm going to staple it down. So I'm just going to put a few staples in there. They'll be covered up and you won't see them. So then I'm going to add a few more sprigs. Now I can glue the sprigs to the sprigs, but I couldn't glue them to the bamboo, you know. So here I am standing up again, showing y'all my big belly and everything else. I don't know what the world I think I got to stand up sometimes to craft for. I ended up pulling those holly leaves off, but I paint them white and stick them back on later, or I dust them over with white. And then I'm going to add a pine cone. There they are. I painted them white and put some red berries around my pine cone. You'll see them all in the last thing. Look, these stickers I got off Amazon. You can use vinyl, you can use whatever. I've put vinyl on them, but look how cute this ends up being. These are just vinyl stickers. They're in my Amazon store if you're interested in them. And these make great gifts. I usually sell toilet paper rolls like this for at least $5 a roll. And I'll show you some I done. I embroidered on these. I'll have that video linked in the description box. But I did this on the embroidery machine, and these sell like hotcakes at Christmas at craft shows, I'm telling you. So that one's cute. I added a hat. My husband said it looked like an old football player back in the day. He named a movie, but I forgot what it was. But I just thought it was cute. I had a hat, and there they are. I glued that hat on that toilet paper, but if your hat don't fit, it'll rip your toilet paper. But look at those wood candles I got at Walmart. Ain't those neat? $4 and something a piece. They're so pretty. But look at him. Look at her. She's so cute. And that is just gorgeous. You would never know that that was toilet paper. My daughter didn't know that was toilet paper. Isn't it pretty? It's just pretty. And then I got the other ones, my pill bottles, and I can't get over that one. It cracks me up. It's so cute. But anyway, there's them right there. and then I'll show you the other one. Now, I appreciate y'all watching. I'm so excited to be in this collaboration. Make sure you check out the host and hostess. Their links will be in my description box, as well as the entire playlist. Check out these creators, y'all. You will love it. You'll get inspired, I'm sure. You're gonna love it. But thank you for watching, and until next time, remember, you are a blessing. Goodbye.